Okay, uh, I'm going to do this completely separately. When does when does artificial intelligence become unmanageable? When does it become no longer green? That's literally a real problem that we're experiencing. That's going to come up. As I said in the other little clip I did, I don't think it's going to save the world. It's not the savior. There's a lot of problems with AI and how it works and the amount of energy required to make it work. At current, it's about 5 to 15% of our current data center powers, increasing to 35 to 50% in the next 5 to 6 years. Um, AI systems, particularly generative AI models, require immense computational power for training and inference, driving increased electricity and water demand for data centers, which also generates e-waste, which is electronic waste. If you didn't know, I had to look that up. While specific figures are debated, concerns are rising about the environmental impact and the need for more efficient AI models, sustainable infrastructure, and collaboration on policy solutions. It is like it's going to be. I just was looking at this article. This is from the Penn State Institute of Energy and Environment, and it literally is talking about the immense uh, fossil fuels that are needed to generate these AI data processing centers. Um, the initial concerns on computing were consumer driven, such as improving battery life on mobile devices. Today, the shift is focusing to environmentally sustainable, carbon footprint reduction, and making AI models more efficient. Um, as with electric cars, as with sort of the solar thing, um, I do think the biggest limitations that we're going to see from you know, artificial intelligence is the ability to feed that machine. It is a monster that needs an incredible amount of energy, and so I do think that that's going to be the sort of the stopgap of its advancement. Um, it's going to be, how you I forget what they call it now. Um, it's a wild when you have a wildfire, you cut those strips in the middle of the forest. Somebody in the comments tell me what that's called. I forget it off the top of my head. That's going to what's slow this wildfire down is the fact that we cannot feed those machines effectively, and it'll prevent its advancement. Which means like it's the interesting thing about AI is it's not like there's no intuition in it. It's literally just sort of scraping the internet and then compiling it in a relatable ways, I guess is the best way to say it. It's not smart. And there is some debate on when this stuff's going to become sentient, as so-called sentient. I don't know when that's going to be. Are we moving into Terminator territory? Maybe. But there's, like you say, uh, there's no way it can grow without power. And the biggest limitation that we have is power. And they, in this Penn State article, yeah, if you Google it, it's Penn State Institute of Energy Environment. The latest thing about the blog. Why does AI use so much energy and what we can do about it? Fascinating article. There's a whole bunch of them like it. I suggest you get in there and figure out what all this stuff means and how to get, stop freaking out about it. I do remember, this will be the last thing I say. I'll keep it under 5 minutes. I do remember, the millennial bug. Uh, year 2000, the whole world was going to end because of some stupid, I can't remember, the space holder didn't account for uh, four numbers. It only accounted for two. And when we got to 2000, the whole system was going to shut down. And people profited off that like mad, selling all sorts of crap. And absolutely none of it came true. As if we've learned anything about the world and politics and all the rest of that stuff, is that they need to manufacture these crises in order to be profitable, in order to keep everybody sort of feeding the machine and buying the bits, so that their way of life doesn't go anywhere. As usual, those are my thoughts, not yours. What do you think about AI? How does it affect your life? Do you think it has any bearing on the trades in a negative way? It's certainly been positive. If you haven't noticed, I use AI for all the descriptions in these stupid videos, and they're terrible. Discover the shocking truth. Find out what's behind. Like it's like okay, it has gleaned sort of the power headlines out there and decided what is. Uh, uh, anyway, that's it. What is sensational and what's not? My thoughts, not yours. Everybody have a fabulous, fabulous day. Appreciate you all.